Morning, all. Yes, I am wearing a Buffalo Sabres, my Linus Ullmark jersey for the preview because of the 10 games tonight. I'm like, sure, Buffalo can win that game. Why not? And again, it all depends on who's in the lineup and everything because clearly New Jersey started the race towards the trade deadline yesterday, so we'll see whether or not everybody plays for Buffalo that we expect to play tonight. I'm not talking about Taylor Hall. I'm talking about like your regular everyday players. How many of them end up going? So at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific, a ridiculous number of games all start at the same time. There's 8 of them that start at the same time. So this is one of those nights where I'm looking and I'm going, because you got 8 games starting at 4 o'clock, one starting a half an hour after that, and one starting a half an hour after that. There will be 10 games on at the same time, and then they all end within an hour of each other. So I'll do my best tonight with the review. I'll do my best. Starting with 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Pacific, the New Jersey Devils in against the Buffalo Sabres. The Sabres 9-23-6, New Jersey 13-18-6. Buffalo's won 4 out of 7, so this is their chance to win the season series. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it would be the only season series that Buffalo's likely to win this year. And yeah, we'll see how things go. On the New Jersey side, Zacha, 8 goals, 14 assists, 22 points. New Jersey reporter Amanda Stein, kind of upset that there's only one Zed left in that lineup. Miles Wood, 11 goals, 5 assists, 16 points. And I don't expect either of those guys to go anywhere. They will be part of that core for the rest of the season, and we'll see how many more points Zacha puts up with more responsibility. Sam Reinhart, 13 goals, 11 assists. He's a restricted free agent at the end of this year. I don't think he's going anywhere. It's possible, but I don't think so. And Rasmus Asplund, who has 4 goals in the 10 games he's played, he's been good. He's been good enough that he deserves more looks down the stretch the rest of the way here. Then also starting at 4 Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern, Philadelphia in against the New York Islanders. Philadelphia 18-15-5, holding their slim playoff hopes in the palm of their hands. The Islanders 25-10-4 and trying to procure themselves first place, and adding Kyle Palmieri and Travis Zajac will go a long way towards that. Both teams have won 3 games. Gostisbehere seems to be picking it up. He has 6 goals and 6 assists now. We'll see whether or not that continues to be a thing, or if he's just, juicing up his overall numbers heading into the trade deadline. Voracek, 6 goals, 25 assists, 31 points. Good veteran presence for Philadelphia. On the Islanders front, Wahlstrom, 9 goals, 7 assists. It'll be interesting to see with the new additions if that impacts Wahlstrom's ice time and his opportunities as well. Barzal, 13 goals, 21 assists, 34 points. He has to be very happy to hear there's reinforcements coming from New Jersey. And for Islander fans, you should see more goals with Palmieri and Zajac in the lineup than what we've seen with them over the last couple of months. Then we have the Pittsburgh Penguins in against the New York Rangers. Pittsburgh's won 5 out of 7, so this is the last matchup between Pittsburgh and the Rangers. We're going to hear a lot of that over the next few weeks, right? As the season starts to wind down, and then we suddenly look and we go, it's over already. So 24-13-2 is the record for Pittsburgh. 25-10-4 is the record for the New York Rangers. On the Pittsburgh front, Jake Gensel, 17 goals, 22 assists, 39 points. He's been excellent this year. Zohorna has played 3 games. He has a goal and an assist, so not too shabby for a guy who came in as a free agent. That there wasn't any hubbub about him or anything like that before he comes over. Adam Fox, 5 goals, 31 assists, 36 points. The first name that comes off of the lips of any Rangers fans right now, and it is exciting that Fox is doing as well as he is. Zibanejad, 13 goals, 17 assists. He's been excellent since that slow start. And yeah, the Rangers right now seem to be doing pretty darn well. They're not 25-10-4. They are 18-15-5, the same record as Philly. Let me just go ahead and fix that. Yeah, 18-15-5, 5 points behind the Bruins, and the Bruins have 2 games in hand. So we will segue into the Bruins game. The Bruins are in against the Capitals. So tonight, Rangers fans, you're Capitals fans. Sorry, I know that's weird, but this is the world we live in. Both teams have won this in this season series twice. For Boston, they're 20-10-6. Capitals 25-10-4. That's where the other 25-10-4 goes. So yeah, both teams have won twice. This is traditionally a series that goes towards the Capitals. So we'll see how it goes tonight. Pasternak, 16 goals, 16 assists, 32 points. He's been doing David Pasternak things, which is, putting up a bunch of points and just generally being one of the best forwards in the league. And Zboril with 7 assists so far this year. About time he gets his first goal. And he's been impressive for the Boston Bruins. Not for Philadelphia, for Boston. On the Washington side, Eller, 5 goals, 9 assists, 14 points. He didn't play every game, so honestly, Eller's one of those underrated forwards for the Caps. Wilson, 9 goals, 14 assists, 23 points. I haven't heard anything controversial about Wilson in the last few weeks, which is good. Means he's probably keeping his nose clean. Then we have the Florida Panthers in against Carolina Hurricanes. Florida's 26-10-4. Carolina's 26-9-3. That's right. These teams are really, really close. And so for Carolina, who's won 4 out of 5 in this series, they'll be looking to go to 5 out of 6. Florida's looking to answer. And to answer, Jonathan Huberdeau is likely going to play a role there. 14 goals, 28 assists, 42 points. Keith Yandle, who, of course, there's still questions about, so how's Yandle doing in Florida? How stable is he in Florida? Are they going to keep him? 3 goals, 18 assists for Yandle. He had a really fast start. He's kind of fallen off from there. We'll see what happens. Svechnikov on the Carolina side, 10 goals, 17 assists. Again, he's prominent. He had an assist taken away from him the other night. He's getting opportunities. The goals will come. And Dougie Hamilton, 5 goals, 26 assists, 31 points. We'll keep an eye on him between now and free agency in July. On the Tampa Bay front, so Tampa Bay's 26-11-2. So they're 2 points behind Florida. They're 1 point behind Carolina. And they're in against Columbus again. Columbus has won 3 out of 5 in this season series. Columbus is 15-18-8. And while Columbus has had a rough year, maybe they don't see what the big deal is with Tampa. On the Tampa Bay side, Stamkos, 16 goals, 17 assists, 33 points. Has had an excellent season, as of course playing the role of Nikita Kucherov this year with him out. And Colton, 13 games played by Ross Colton, 5 goals, 3 assists, 8 points. Not too shabby for a player that is another one of those guys that's been churned out by that mill of young players in Tampa. They just add more. Every time we're like, oh, they're going to hurt. They missed that guy. And then there's another one. All right, never mind. On the Columbus side, Foligno, 7 goals, 9 assists. There's a lot of questions about Foligno's future in Columbus. I'd kind of like to see him stay in Columbus personally. Roslovic, 7 goals, 17 assists, 24 points. Has been better lately. Playing pretty well. We'll see whether or not that continues tonight. And then we've got Winnipeg in against Montreal. Winnipeg, 23-13-3. Montreal, 17-10-9. Winnipeg's won 4 out of 6 in this season series. So Montreal's going to be looking to turn that around. They are at home, but it is a back-to-back as well, right? So Appleton, 9 goals, 10 assists for Mason Appleton. Not too bad for a guy that I don't think 9 goals, 10 assists at this point in the season was necessarily expected. Stastny, 11 goals, 12 assists. Hot and cold, hot and cold. We'll see how things go for him tonight. On the Montreal front, Philippe Danault, and there's a lot of talk about his future in Montreal, and is he going to sign a contract, and how's that going to look, and what's Bergevin going to be able to do. He has 3 goals and 16 assists. He's had a pretty good year, and Toffoli's had a very good year. 19 goals and 11 assists for 30 points for Tyler Toffoli, which I think exceeds even the most wild expectation that could have been put on him before the season started. Edmonton will play Ottawa one final time. Edmonton's won all 8. Edmonton is 24-14-2. Ottawa's 13-23-4. So if you take away those wins for Edmonton, against the rest of the league, they're okay. They're 500. And if you take all those losses away for Ottawa, their season looks a lot better. So this has just been the season series has kind of defined both teams for the good and for the bad. Connor McDavid loves playing against Ottawa. He's going to miss them. 23 goals, 45 assists, 68 points for McDavid. It's ridiculous. And Tyson Barrie seems to like playing Ottawa as well. He'd been cold, not so much now. 5 goals, 29 assists for Barrie. On the Ottawa side, Stützle, 6 goals, 14 assists. He was frustrated last night. See if he breaks through and gets a goal tonight. And Chabot, 4 goals, 20 assists. He had a pretty good game last night. Pretty sure he got an assist last night, so we'll see if he gets another one tonight. Then at 7:30 Eastern, so one half an hour later, then all this other stuff gets started. Nashville starts playing Detroit. So when there's this many games on, I just pick and choose what I'm going to watch. So like New Jersey and Buffalo, as fun as the idea is of Buffalo going on a winning streak, there's no playoff implication there. And then, I mean, yeah, Dallas and Chicago, I'm kind of on the fence about. But Nashville and Dallas, Nashville and Detroit, sorry. Nashville's won 5 out of 7. This is the final meeting between these two. Nashville's 21-18-1. Detroit's 13-22-6. Eli Tolvanen, 10 goals, 9 assists for him. Sissons, 6 goals, 1 assist. He's been better lately. The points aren't there yet, but I think Sissons is better than a 7-point player so far. Mantha, 10 goals, 10 assists for him. I believe he had his assist in the last game. And Adam Ernie, who's on an incredible run, 9 goals, 4 assists for Adam Ernie. Not too bad for a player that isn't thought of as any kind of offensive player for Detroit, right? And then we get up to a half an hour later where the 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific game starts, and it's Dallas and Chicago. Dallas is 13-14-10. Chicago's won 4 out of 5, so they've got 3 games left against Chicago, including tonight. Chicago's 18-17-5, and for Chicago, they're cheering for Detroit tonight and hoping to get themselves a victory against Dallas, which they've had, again, 4 out of 5 times. Pavelski, 15 goals, 19 assists, 34 points. He's no longer above or at a point a game, but, I mean, we weren't expecting him to stay there all year. He still had an excellent season. Heiskanen, 5 goals, 15 assists. Fantastic year for him, and seems like the sky is the limit. On the Chicago side, Janmark, 10 goals, 9 assists, 19 points for Janmark. And again, you know, he's had a much better run with Chicago than he did in Dallas, and I'm happy for him. Boquist, 2 goals, 13 assists, 15 points. He's got a lot of potential to score more than 15 points, and we'll see whether or not he gets on the board tonight. There you go. You guys are all set. Let me know your winners in the comment section below as always. And yeah, it's going to be a busy night, but it's still going to be kind of an early night when your last game starts at 5 o'clock. That means the games are all done by about 7:30 my time, which means the review will be uploaded probably about 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific, so it's not too bad by the usual review standards. And we currently sit a little over a month away from the playoffs. So as weird as that sounds, yeah, we're just steamrolling towards the playoffs. Let me know your thoughts, as always, and hey, I'll talk to you again soon.